So I'd come as a hippie star being or something tonight. Being as it's Halloween, thought I'd take the mick out of myself. Hair's curly, got conditioner on it. I'm going to wash it out tomorrow. So if it's looking a bit greasy, oh well. So we'll see who comes in. 3 people watching, no one saying anything. Hello, Symphony of Souls. So, yes. Hi, Tapper. I thought I'd be like Mama's Day. Welcome all. What do we say? Light workers, way showers, and star seeds. But I like star seeds. I'll talk about that in a bit. Hi, Peter Jackson. So, because it's Halloween, I thought I'd sort of dress up, but I'm not anything. Orbs coming in. I have asked them to come in. Scary. I just thought I'd be a bit hippie. So that's what I've come in as. And put a bit of glitter on. Just for you guys. So I'll just wait a few minutes to see if anyone else comes in. But the video before, so there's been a couple of videos today with the orbs, but the last one was amazing. And I know Tapper, you saw a red one, definitely saw a red one. And I did see the gold one as well. So that was beautiful because I asked beforehand, because I was having a bath and stuff, and I was like, yeah, you can come in a bit, like, hope to see some different colours. There's another one. I have asked them to come in and join us and dance about. So we'll see when they decide to. But yeah, and it's Halloween, so you know there's bound to be more energies coming about tonight. I've got the candles on as well. So yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, my hair's greasy because it's got lots of conditioner in it. That's why it's curly. I thought, oh, I'll just stick this on my head, this necklace, and look a bit hippie. You did ask for a gold one weeks ago, you did. So, see, there might be loads of people out at like Halloween parties or something, but, you know, my little one's not here anyway because he was at a party at his dad's, so he's out. Obviously, my other one's older, doesn't do it, and it doesn't really bother me that much. Some people might go, oh, how boring, but it's like, I do my own thing. I don't go with what everyone else wants to do if you know, whatever. And that's another thing about what we're trying to do in our life right now. We're trying to go with what we want to do. Hello. Or trying to change things up where if you don't feel like it, you don't have to do it, or you can have new traditions and things that you can do yourself. Hi, Dave. Yes, I've come in as it's Halloween, but I haven't come as anything scary. I've come in as a hippie. What did I say? A hippie starseed light being or something like that. I don't know. I'm taking the mick out of myself because I did watch someone today said, you know, this community needs to take the mick out of itself anyway. Why not? You know, Mama's Day and all that. And I'm that daft. I did my nails. I've had one of them days today where I've been forgetting things or going to the shop to get something. I had to go back twice and forgot it. Started painting my nails and didn't do this hand. So, oh well. And looking all right at this half, but down there I've got my pyjama bottoms on because I like to keep it real. I've got my pyjama bottoms on, but not my pyjama top. Yeah, hi, sweet Cece. So just thought that was quite funny. So I can't even remember what I've come to talk about. I've written it down, but it's scribbled down. So I'll just go with the flow because that's what we're supposed to be doing, going with the flow in life and not resisting, you know, doing the things you want to do, you know, with good intentions, because basically it's all about good intentions. I've had arguments with people about, oh, sometimes you get a bit like this and sometimes you curse. And it's like, yeah. Like I've said before, it doesn't mean if you class yourself as spiritual, which just means awareness and consciousness is, and frequencies, I'm hungover, is, it doesn't make you a spiritual doormat. And it's not when you say words, because I don't believe in that anymore. It's like whatever, and I change my mind all the time because I'm not limited in my beliefs, because if you are, you've got a problem. I just flow like water. If I want to change, I'll change. I've always said this, it's your intention behind when you're saying something, if you really mean it like that. Or, you know, a lot of people have been talking about unity, but it's a unity in harmony. And a harmony is, we are like instruments, but we're different in harmony. We're still like unity because we come together, you know, like there's a lot of communities, we're all coming together in love, but we're different instruments. So we can still be different because we have differences of how we come to these things. But when a symphony plays, it's all different instruments, but when they come together, they play in harmony, which is love. So, you know, this is why I say don't get too bogged down with if you're on other channels and someone's saying something else and then everyone's arguing about what that means and this word means. And I've seen it today. I was meant to do things, and I was watching a couple of videos and I was like, yes, people are talking about this, all this arguing in every community, in the UFO community, in, you know, this sort of starseed community, the flat earth community. There's people that get into other places people will call shills. Yes, these people get into those places. There are people out there who, Magenta Pixie said, if anyone knows who she is, but I'll be talking about her in a bit, you know, people used to call her Illuminati, paid Illuminati, because people get paranoid. But yes, there are people out there with platforms that come into other people's platforms acting normal that are paid people from the, I'll say, the dark side. I don't know. There is. So some people get triggered sometimes because they go, oh, you might watch something and, oh, it was someone who was on Gaia TV or something. Well, it doesn't mean everybody in that community is bad. There are people in there. It's like all the things on TV, like the certain movements of lots of consciousness being triggered. Say like, oh, what's the one they've had over the Extinction Rebellion thing. Now, a lot of people who go to that will believe in what they're doing. I would if I wasn't more awake than I used to be, because they don't want certain things, but what they don't realise is underneath that, the controllers that are pushing that forward for totally different reasons about climate change that aren't even real, because people don't realise we've got weapons and all that stuff. You know what I mean? You can't blame everybody. And even, I think it was Laura Eisenhower, somebody said today, it might have been Magenta Pixie, I've watched them both, so I can't remember which one it was, but I will be playing a bit so you will hear it. Even Hillary Clinton. Now, when people say about forgiveness, she was a child that will have been MK Ultra brainwashed from a young girl, and they know no better, if anyone gets what I'm saying, but I'll get to that in a bit. Tingles in the fingers. So, yeah, it's just a crazy, mad world, but it is wonderful as well. And we get triggered to push us into either doing something, and all the stuff I've talked about, these ladies were talking about today, and I thought, wow, that's exactly in alignment with what I've been talking about. A lot of channels have been talking about synchronicities, always talking about synchronicities. People say it's not a coincidence. No, synchronicities are showing that you're in alignment of, you know, your path that you're on and how you bring in all the things into you as synchronicities. You know that you're aligning, and that's what we're supposed to be doing, aligning our energy centers, aligning with all this good energy, because there has to be a storm before the calm. There has to be chaos before, you know, I've just said to someone today that a lot of something was going on somewhere with police and kids and all that. I said, well, there has to be a bit of chaos before the calm comes. It has to trigger people. It's going to trigger people in different ways. I think that's what Laura Eisenhower or someone was saying today. I can't remember, but I'll be going through it in a bit. It triggers people in different ways. Like I said, when you first have the red pill, you get angry, do this. It'll either trigger to push you on to be passionate, which I am, and I won't stop talking about what I talk about. Yes, it can send some people off down a bit of the chaotic route as in violence. It will send people off in different ways until they learn, you know, confuse and control. Everyone went through confusion. I did. A lot of people do. And then you get in control of the situations that we're seeing. But the best thing I saw today, I'll get to it in a minute. Because Trump was mentioned, and I thought, boom, is what I've been trying to tell people. But I'll get to that in a minute. So I'll just let me have a bit of a drink of coffee. That coffee fee. So I don't know. I don't know if it needs a lighter in here, but I don't know if anyone saw the last video. The orbs were just. I do think they'll come in. I can see some now. You know, when they want to. Well, it's like up, down, I don't know. So, Boy Wonder, been a while. Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah, there's some names that pop up and I'm like, it definitely was confusing, but it was a beautiful to go through it. Yeah, and this week I was feeling a bit weird, a bit sicky, a bit achy. My feet, it's cold in the UK anyway at the minute, but my feet have just been freezing. My feet, I've had 2 pairs of socks on and a hot water bottle, and I just couldn't warm them up for some reason. But yes. Yeah, so anyway, well, let me get to it. So I was watching this morning. It's all about alchemy as well. Let me find it because there was 2 I was watching. Grid work, yeah. Oh, grid work fit, yeah, it could be, yeah. So I was watching Laura Eisenhower, and she liked one of my comments today. So there was Laura Eisenhower, WSO interviews with Laura Eisenhower. Just listen to this.
So I don't want to be
Tree of Life.
I'm still that spiritual being. I just see a lot more than I did when I was there. And you continue to grow. Maybe some of the others didn't want to. They wanted to stay stuck in that structure. So I think the enslavement is a state of mind. Mind control enslaves us. We did venture off on the path of the tree of knowledge. And I talk about this kind of a lot.
Don't get triggered by Laura Eisenhower. Are you getting triggered by Laura Eisenhower? I've had this discussion before. Why? If you don't resonate, you don't resonate. If you resonate, it's not always what she's saying, it's frequency. Because some people are into flat earth and she says planets. Well, I believe in space, this space between me right now with all the energies coming in. You know, don't know why people get triggered. This is a thing someone says today about triggers and how people see things. It's people's perceptions and stuff like that. Oh, that's all right. I thought you were saying, because I've had some people going, oh, what do you mean, Laura Eisenhower? Yes, Laura Eisenhower, the great granddaughter of President Eisenhower. So yeah, check her out. Sorry, I just thought, just have to say that because some people have gone, oh, but people don't like listening sometimes. But that's why I say, you don't resonate, you do, all good. I resonate. The space between us, yeah. This thing, space here, with all energies flying around it all the time, you know, blipping in and blipping out. You'll probably see some in a bit, because if not, check my other videos out that I've just put up today, because you can clearly see them. So anyway.
I don't want to be redundant, but I know this is a new audience. These models, the tree of knowledge and tree...
Yeah, sorry, it's not a headband, it's a necklace, because it's Halloween and I just thought I'd dress up as a hippy dippy starseed, I don't know, light being taking the piss out of myself. You know, you've got to take the mick out yourself sometimes. Mama stay and all that. Oh, it's all good.
Life is our DNA. So tree of knowledge that went into duality, that got dumbed down, that caused amnesia, put us on a path of understanding these dualities, these polarities. But it got targeted with mind control. So we look outside of ourselves and
Tapper's just put in Laura Eisenhower, thank you very much. Oh, I just threw it on. I've got my pajama bottoms on.
Gaining the self-knowledge to rebuild our DNA back to the tree of life, where we have a root system and an openness to spirit, which will unenslave us, which will help this meat suit, you know, blossom into so much more. Maybe not in this incarnation, maybe so.
Well, I think it will.
But eventually it'll begin to advance itself to the point of being in the crystalline, you know, vibration, the silicate matrix, which is why it's really good to take
the crystalline and the silicone matrix. You know, the shiny hand business, been trying to show people.
Silica. But to go back to what you were saying, I went off back to the original thing that you said, but get me back on track here.
No, I was just listening and enjoying what you were saying. No, where I was going with this is, in fact, let me just take it in a different direction. So where do you think we stand right now in the game? Let's call it the game or the match.
She talks about flexibility in here. I've talked about flexibility, said you've got to go with the flow. You can't be stagnant or limited. They tell us we're limited. If you're limited in beliefs and religion and stuff like that, how can you open your mind to anything else? You're just going to be in fear.
Or whatever, however you want to put it. Where do we stand right now? Where do you think we stand? And I won't hold you to it. You might change in a week. I get that, but go ahead.
Well, that's the important thing when it comes to this.
Did you hear what he said? I won't hold it against you. Might change in a week. I do that all the time. I got told I was what was the word? You're contradicting yourself. No. change my mind whenever I want, because I'm not controlled that way. Like I said, no limits. If you have limits, we have boundaries. If you're limited and you can't get out of limited beliefs and stuff, then you're sort of stuck, aren't you? You can move and flow, and it's because you're learning new things all the time. So you might drop things. Talked about this loads of times. Nothing wrong with it.
Kind of information. We have to stay flexible, because that's another thing that can enslave us when we have, you know, fixed beliefs and views to the point where we. But okay.
Let me make a point. Let me make a point, because we're going through a big thing in my community right now about this, right? Because I'm making some really bold statements, and some of the other people that are working with us. And what Laura just said is key. You have to maintain flexibility and resist dogma, because that is another way that you can get cemented into a place where you might not want to be. Go ahead, Laura.
Right. And our body tells us, I mean, what is pain? I know pain, there's a...
Now, pain. The lovely Dr. Joe I was telling you about, Joe Dispenza, I got the books. I've got my mum and my sister one of the books. I think I've got my mum this one and my sister this one. These are mine. I've started this one last night. That's what pain is. That's what disease is. When you're in pain in your joints or wherever you've got diseases as bad as the ones that are out there, you know, and you get on Big Pharma, that's all, you're in dis-ease. So there's some sort of trauma, some sort of pain that you're holding from the past, or something that happened that you've not looked at. Some people call it shadow work and all that, looking into things and letting it go. Letting it go. You've got to let it go, and you will start to heal. That's why these are good books to read. And also, I've been shouting out Joe Dispenza to help anyone out there who might be suffering and wants to heal themselves. You can do it, but it is intentions. It is one of the biggest things I say is intentions, visualization. That's why some people do meditations. Some people say we're not in that area now. You can do it, but it just, people need certain things. But that's what it is. Yeah, I've just got conditioner on my hair because I'm leaving it in overnight. But that's what pain is. It's when you're in this dis-ease about something. You're holding on to something, which I've kept saying for ages. You're holding on to a past relationship you're in, and you're going on and on about it, and you can't get over it, and you're acting like a victim. You can change like that. You don't have to live on that timeline anymore. You don't have to keep regurgitating about it. I did it for a bit, and it was making me ill. So you need to get rid of it. And when you do, those things will disappear. You're holding stale, bad, negative, well, sort of negative, stale energy in yourself, and it can't be freed. So it stores in your body, in your joints, and everywhere else, and comes out as a disease. So just putting that out there again.
A lot of different reasons behind it, but that to me is key to understand, because it's wanting to get our attention to help us to break whatever it is that we're holding to.
And that's Ace, what she said. Something's trying to get your attention, like, hey, you're ill, you've got this, you've gone to the doctors and you've got this, and this. Could even be cancer, whatever. A big thing, a small thing, a big thing. It's, hey, attention, there's something wrong, there's something you're not letting go of. Sometimes you think you have and you haven't. And once you can start, look, this is why I say, please look into Dr. Joe Dispenza on YouTube and the books and everything, and learn how to rewire your brain to heal yourself, and watch all the testimonies. I'll just keep saying it. We can heal ourselves. They don't want us to know this because they want us on Big Pharma and kill us off quicker. You can heal yourself. It's raising your awareness, it's raising your frequency to be in a higher frequency. All negativity does is brings you down, puts you in depression, makes you feel crap, makes you feel worthless, and gives you disease, and so on and so on.
And it might be a trauma that we are not ready to release. It might be a physical ailment. It might be, you know, an illness. And that's really what we're all facing, pain on some level.
I'm not on the phone, I'm on the computer.
And that pain is here to be opened up and understood, to get to the root, you know, issue. And we're all born into a wound on some level. The planetary body is wounded. Creation is a gaping wound that I see. You know, it's a free will universe. The misuse of power has created a huge injury, and we all carry a piece of that greater injury. In our own personal life, we live out a micro version of it with a storyline that we very much attach ourselves to.
Micro, macro, as above, so below.
but it's the thing that we're here to work out and solve and heal and transform. But it almost feels like there's not a whole lot of time in the day because we have to put a roof over our head. We have to make money. We have to feed ourselves. And so the inner work and the inner processing is something that we don't have a lot of time to give attention to. And
isn't that by design too, though, Laura? I mean,
exactly. I was just going to say. And that's where we are right now, is at a crossroads of, are we going to give ourselves the sacred space to work through some of this stuff, to prioritize our partnerships, to prioritize our self-love, to get to know ourselves better based on the things that we feel we're missing.
Our will is so important. It's like, it can be the littlest thing. Like, I've stopped saying no to certain stuff, to certain people. It's fallen off now. Certain people, you know, people are like, oh, you're being boring, you're not coming out, or you're not doing this, you're not doing that. We are in a bit of a, people when they go through this, go through a bit of a hermit stage anyway, because you want to retreat and work on yourself, because you can't always work on yourself when you're out there around people, and they can be friends and family. It's not their fault when they're not aware. Hopefully they'll come aware, but if they're not, their energy can be bad. I don't mean bad, sorry, it's just lower vibing, and it affects you and your field of consciousness. And so to heal you, you've got to be doing things for you. It is about you and you loving you. Then you can bring all the abundance in of love, health and everything. You've got to love you. I was in the bath before and I was doing that whole Ho'oponopono. I don't even know what it's called. The thing that a lot of people do, and I know Shane and Biased on the Fence, they all do it when they're meditating, that I forgive you, I forgive me, I love me, I will love you. Did all that. Then asked after, when I did the last orbs that came in my bedroom, can you come in and could we have some maybe blue and red ones? We got red, I think we got blue, but we got gold as well. I did that whole thing of clearing energy. I just do it the way I do it. Yeah, you sit alone and you love it. You've got to learn to love, to be with yourself. It's not scary. It's not sad. You're not alone, because there's many, we're in a pool of consciousness with many other us, ourselves, everything. I can't even explain it. I just think it's amazing. Funnily enough, when I got up, I'll play that again in a minute. I got up at 4:30 in the morning today to do a bit of meditation. It's only a little one for about 15 minutes because I've got to learn to get into it. I still think I meditate in different ways anyway. So it just depends, and I'll do it the way I need to do it. Everyone's got to do it the way they need to do it. But it was like, I always see a bit of blue, and it is like Tiffany blue, by the way, up here. Sometimes it's red and it goes to blue, and then it went bright white. And then, funny enough, before I did this? Yeah, before I started this bag, this big, like, sort of star shape came in. It looks a bit like a flower. It would obviously go all the way around there, but there's hair going up because it's me in the faces. And we're going about star seeds, and I'm thinking, oh, yeah, a bit like a star. And when people, you know, some people get triggered by star seeds, but I like it. I like that word more than light workers, because I think there are lots of us planted all around Earth to wake up at certain times, a bit before, a bit now, you know, different times, to start talking about stuff and standing in our light and talking truth about different things that are happening, so people can see that they're not mad. Some people say, oh, we've all got to get together. Well, if we were all together in one place, it wouldn't be working properly, would it? That's why everybody's dotted around everywhere. I can see a tiny little orb over there, dotted about everywhere. I've got the book for me on meditation if you want to read it. Oh, thank you. You know, so it's amazing. And there was and I had a mad dream today as well. After I went back to sleep after the meditation, because I went to bed early, so I got up early, and I had this mad dream. And I did that silly thing again where I thought, oh, I'll remember it in the morning. It's all right. I won't write it in my book. No, I never remember in the morning. So something about a woman, and she was mad about something, and she had a knife, and I just don't know what was going on. But there was a lot of people there, but it was weird. And then I told my dad, but then he said he had a bit of a weird dream. And I was in it, something about ringing me on the phone, and my eldest answered the phone. But we both couldn't remember what it was properly. But yeah, I went back to sleep and had a dream. So yeah, I normally do write it down, but I just thought, oh, I'll remember. And I thought, I bet you, I knew, but I was thinking, I bet you don't, because you're just not going to get out of bed and write it down. So let me tighten this up. So I've got to remind myself to not think, oh yeah, I'm going to remember, because I never do. I remember like a snippet, but I don't remember the rest of it. So maybe it'll come back to me. There was an orb there then. Woo-hoo. They'll start coming in.
The things we're longing for, the things that make us angry and depressed. So instead of judging those things about ourselves, we can get to know it and hear the messages, because nothing is going to guide us greater than that, because those are all elementals: water, earth, fire, air. You know, the air quality is the mind control, and we see the outer weaponry that's trying to keep that alive in our own system. So we have to be willing to push the envelope to see the timeline shift. And so we just had a new moon in Scorpio, and Scorpio in Mercury is about to go retrograde at the end of the month around Halloween time. And there's an opposition with Uranus, which creates a lot of shock and upheaval. And we're seeing this in California. I keep bringing that up because it's just so there right now. And some very difficult aspects from Saturn, and some very difficult aspects between Mars and Pluto. So Saturn's going to create constriction, and then the Pluto-Mars square is going to create the need to release to the point where it could become very violent and volatile in our personal world, in the larger picture. And so we need to kind of like be very gentle how we steer this ship through some really, really crazy terrain for some time. And then as we enter January 2020, Saturn and Pluto are going to be much more next to each other in conjunction, but Jupiter and Uranus are going to cast their rays. And
I'm sure there's a lot of things happen when Jupiter comes in, because people think with the Great Awakening, even Trump and all that, it's going to be over. These things are coming to light about the Democrats, this, that, and the other, 17 in the House, and it's going to be over a few years. People are finding out, and this is why we've got to have people to be like, hey, it's okay, you know, there's other things going on as well.
A lot of light energy that connects us to truth, the unified field, the 0 point unified field. And so they're ramping everything up because that is the scariest time in regards to their agendas. If we can reach that time period and really benefit from it and stand in alignment to it, we're going to really secure ourselves even more so on this organic ascension, which is basically the blossoming of our truth, you know, who we really are, what we're really made of. It's not needing to be this externalized projection that throws people off. It's really just reclaiming our junk DNA and finding a way to switch on the rest of who we truly are. So if we can just brace ourselves, if we could just get through this rocky period, whatever comes, goes, whatever we need to, you know, do in the face of certain catastrophes or events that they're going to throw at us in order to throw us off balance and throw us out of our own core center.
So basically, you can go and check that one out, Laura Eisenhower, because she said the words there, to send us off balance. That's what all the crappy news is. Hi, Miss Chime, I've sent your thing off today. Yay. Oh, thank you. I don't know if anyone knows Phil's Good channel, but he had a lot of light over his head today and a lot of orbs and things. I was like, yay. But yeah, it's all to send us off balance. The mainstream media is to send us off balance. You know, they've kicked Brexit down the road again till December. Am I worried? No. See bigger things coming. I know I keep saying this, but whatever. They're not getting their own way, and that's why they're doing it. But you know, anyway, it's all out there. And talking about the BBC, I've got something to show you in a bit as well that I came across today. But I'm just seeing if I wrote a few things down. So we've got synchronicity means nothing is a coincidence. Synchronicity, you're aligning up with what you're supposed to be aligning up with your true purpose. You should be like water. You should flow. You should be able to change your mind about things. You shouldn't be set in stone with beliefs and religion and stuff like that. You should be able to change because things are changing and things change all the time. Don't get triggered by certain words and stuff like that. It's just, that's another thing, how they sort of get us stuck into certain control positions with words. It is a frequency we work off. That's why I've had some people in the past, very near past, and like, they get dead umpty when you say no to them, but they can't understand why they like you. And I've had people say, oh, I don't understand why I like you. You get on my nerves, but I like you. It's not me myself, it's a frequency I put out. That's what I think anyway. And even if trolls come in here, they must be coming into a frequency of something, even if they don't know it. But I'd like to say to them people who know who they are, it's not me, it's a frequency. And some people get confused, especially men. I just want to put that out there as well. Nobody in this chat right now getting confused with something else. But yeah, we have a tree of life. It makes me think about the AOR tree in the Avatar. This is going to be a mixed chat. The AOR tree in the Avatar. This is this Avatar where our soul spirit resides, whatever you want to say. If you remember the film, the AOR tree of life. Do you remember the little, what were the little things called that floated about? Remind me of orbs. And they were the spirit of the AOR tree, of all spirits and consciousness. Is that not what orbs are? You know, I think that's what orbs are. Because I'm not saying that, definitely no, but you know, it makes me think of Avatar. And Avatar had a lot in there anyway, because I think they've tried to say like the humans, you know, that went after the sort of indigenous sort of alien people there. I sort of see the aliens as us. I see us in wearing this avatar. Our consciousness is in this avatar. So many people I've watched today, just in awe of everyone linking things up. People that I wouldn't even think would be talking about it, which I'm going to try and find on here in a minute. But I'm just like, yeah, the AOR tree. It's one of my favourite films, Avatar, especially with the hair and connection with the animals and the earth. And then you've got the little floating little, they look like CD things, didn't they? The spirits of the AOR tree. The AOR tree is our tree of life. And that's why I say you can have one core with many branches. That's why we are a symphony. We all play different instruments, but to the same tune of harmony, which is love. So we are all one unity, but we are all different at the same time. So when people say, well, you can't be all different, you've got to do it like I say so. Have you got to do it like this? I don't believe in channel. I don't believe in this. It's just this one thing. No, we are all from one source, creator. Hello. That's a beautiful flickering one. Just evaluate, just validating what I'm saying. Hello. We are all from one source, but we are different. Different instruments play different tunes and things, but we all come in harmony when we're playing a symphony in our universe, tuniverse. Anyone gets what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yes, we can be different. That's why people out there have got to stop fighting against each other, saying, but you said this word, oh my God, triggered. It's like, yeah, it's a word. It's a frequency that you should be going off. You know? That was beautiful. Did you see the little flickery one? I love the little flickery ones. Did you see that? Dust doesn't flicker, does it? Orbs are the messengers. They collect info and bring it to the higher. Yeah, that's what I believe. So some people call them angels, angelic. I don't know what word resonates yet. I don't know. I'm sure it'll come to me. But like I say, the picture I did with that, you can see it up there in the mirror. The picture I did of a lady, which now I'm wondering if I actually painted myself, which is really weird. I thought they were like snowflakes, but now I'm looking at them like, oh, actually they're like orbs, and I painted that ages ago before they started coming in visually on here and me seeing them with my own eyes. Absolutely bang on what you said, Dolly. I don't know, what did I say? I can't even remember what I said. What was I talking about? I don't know. Oh, a symphony. Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about, a lot of people have been saying the same words, and I'm like, yeah, it's what we are. So people shouldn't get triggered of, oh, you are not doing this work. If anyone knows Elizabeth April, wait till I play what she said today, because I love that girl. She's brilliant as well. How she said it was like spot on. So I'll get into that now. Hi, Rachel Pixie. Well, you'll have to be coming to mine soon. Your coat is still here. Good analogy. I'll tell you about another analogy. I was in the garden the other day and I was trying to meditate. And I'm sat there and I just saw a big spider on a spider web. And I was like, see? Oh, there's another one. See. Oh, we're getting a bit busy now. See. Young Dolly Skywalker Jedi, whatever you... Yeah. Right. I've done this before, but I'm going to draw it out again. Oh, yeah. I haven't got a whiteboard pen. I've got a whiteboard, but the pen's run out. So say this is... hang on. It's not a very good drawing, but this is a spider web. Yeah. So I saw the spider web in the garden, because you get messages all the time. I'm like, Yes, well, the spider, kids, is in the middle. Where's the best place for a spider to catch its prey? In the centre point. Sometimes it sits round here, but mainly spiders go in the centre. Why? Because that's where they feel the vibrations the most and know that something's come into their web. And then it's easier to get what they're after. A bit like our consciousness, when we're manifesting, we have to go into centre, to heart, to feel the vibration, to put the frequency out, feel the vibration and put the frequency out, and therefore we attract what we want. Be like a spider. It's like, be like water, be like a spider. So I was in the garden and that popped in my head, looking at a spider in the garden, because I was like, that's a big fat spider. But there was a message with the spider, and that was the message. It's out there in nature, folks, but we have to be in centre, because if you're out here, you might get a bit of a wobble over it, but you're not going to get the full effect, are you? So you have to be in centre. Just saying. Boom. Yeah, I have talked about spider before, but it was just come up again. I was like, yeah, well, it makes sense, doesn't it? It's going to get more vibrations in the centre of its little own matrix there, whatever you want to call it. Same as us. We're the creators of our reality, so that's what they don't want us to know. But I mean, it's a bit tough now, isn't it? Because a lot of people are waking up to it. They can't stop it. So yeah, so just let me check that there's anything else I was going to say, because I don't really know what well, I do know what I'm going on about, but it never comes out right. So blah blah blah. Apparently, I think Laura Eisenhower said something about I can't remember, it was the 12th of December for pulling tarots, if you do that, which I do anyway, meditating, doing all this stuff, bringing in cosmic disclosure and all that sort of good stuff, new energies coming in. She was saying about divine who was saying about divine photons and stuff. I thought orbs. Well, there's loads of things I've wrote down that I can't even read, which is hilarious. Oh yeah, space. I believe in space. Some people say, well, don't you believe in space if you're into the flat earth realm sort of thing? I'm like, because space meaning, I think this was Elizabeth April, particles and atoms in the physical world. Well, aren't our little orby friends that? So I'm talking about this space. I'm talking about space everywhere, here, up there, here, all around, over different lands as well. Space. Where Space Force go? I'm just saying. So, and she talks about, a lot of people talk about junk DNA. Some people don't like the word junk DNA, but there is DNA that's dormant, just like there's parts of our brain that are dormant that we don't use. Is it 8% we use or whatever? So we know that we've got powers beyond what we've been taught, because we've got DNA that's aligning up. When it aligns up, we're bringing things in, we're seeing different things, we're getting clairvoyancy, clairsent, all that thing. I think I've got the sensing one. I'm starting to see things as well. And then I'm not in chat at the minute. Doesn't matter if there's no such thing as junk DNA. It depends what people believe. So I'd like to say to people who's just said that, it doesn't matter. Stop getting triggered. Some people say it, some people don't. The fact is, there is bits of our DNA that we don't use, or we're not putting our cells and neurons and all that into function to heal our bodies properly. So none of that bothers me anymore. People get so infatuated on, oh, it's different words and it's different this. So what? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, there's things that we have in our bodies that we're not told about, that are starting to fire up again. So people explain things in certain ways, and some people use certain words, and that's what people resonate. So don't get triggered by a certain word. It doesn't matter. Hi, Orbs. So just saying, because I've done it in the past. So what? To me, that's just not people listening. It's just people going, oh, there's no such thing. Well, there is such things as energies and stuff that we've been told that don't work. I have it in my house right now. I have orbs flying about. I'm capturing them. So there is things out there beyond the veil that we are not told about, because we're told lies. And I'll go into that again in a minute with a video I came over today with the BBC, which was hilarious. So there's loads of other stuff I wanted to talk about, but I probably missed a load out. Just let me check. Yeah. It's not words. They've even messed us up with words. It's a frequency. What we're speaking is light. We really don't like language. It's a frequency. So don't get too caught up in the words. I'm not having a go at that person. I'm just saying, don't get too caught up in it, because that means that's like that. You're limiting yourself again. So, you know, yeah, there were some other things. And then there was Magenta Pixie, the lovely Magenta Pixie. Oh, listen to this. I love this. I was like, go on. It wasn't Magenta Pixie who said this. It was someone she was having an interview with. Now, Magenta Pixie, if you haven't been to a channel, check it out. If you resonate, you resonate. If you don't, you don't. I do. I think she's had Laura Eisenhower on before as well, but she had 2 other women on, and they were talking about, you know, the ascension and the awareness and the consciousness and all this great stuff. And then someone mentioned Trump. But boom, boom. I've been saying this for ages to people, you know, about the external. So let's see what was said, because it's just ace. Oh, yes. Why people get so triggered by the name Trump. Let's have a look. So this was hilarious. It was so good. So it was. And there was a lady, another lady I need to shout out actually in a minute, which was, I'll do that in a minute. Right, so Magenta Pixie.
Google and Facebook track you and save every.
Yeah, they do. Magenta Pixie, Starseed chat with Paula Christian, I think, or Magenta. But I'll find it at the time where I was like, yes.
It's difficult because you do have this thing where you think, well, I'm a spiritual teacher and I'm supposed to be all serene.
Just listen to this a minute. This is funny.
I'm just perfect.
It's what I was saying about
Health. I've got the wonderful family.
Just listen to this. You think that if you're in, I've said this before, in a higher frequency, you don't have days where you go down or you feel a bit off or something's going wrong. Of course you do, because you're part in the human avatar as well. So
you have this thing where you think, well, I'm a spiritual teacher and I'm supposed to be all serene and I'm supposed to be like there and I'm just in perfect health. I've got the wonderful family. I've just got it. And you don't have it at all.
No, you don't have it at all.
And you do see some spiritual teachers that kind of act like they do. And I think, how have they got it? Because, you know,
we still have the human aspect, right? We will always, while we're in physical form, we'll still have that humanness.
Thank you, Tapper. Magenta's is in there.
In the awareness, it's like, okay, I could.
A higher frequency. I'm not saying it's not permanent, but you will have days where you go down or you feel a bit low. And if you think that's not true, then you're just trolling, because people do. It's like Phil Good said today. Yes, we try to stay in high frequency, but sometimes things happen, because things do happen on the outer. But people think that we're not residing, we're going somewhere. It's a higher frequency of consciousness. We're still going to be here in the avatar, so we've got to bring both of them into balance. So stop poo-hooing stuff.
You get angry and like, this person is doing something that's ridiculous. You know.
Yeah.
Right, taxi, please.
We still get the same challenges.
Yeah.
For a while, I had my.
This is where people make me laugh, and I think they come in as someone else, because they do it for a reason. It shouldn't affect you. But what people don't understand is a lot of people out there who think they're higher than other people. You can be high in for a bit, but you do come down. It is ups and downs. And it's learning to get through. It's a journey, remembering, because sometimes things do hit us in the physical. Fact. So people are always saying I'm high. It's like someone said, high vibing all the time. You know, you're making it out to people that they can't reach that place because, oh my God, I'm not like that. Like something happened the other day. Things happen with family and friends and stuff that will bring you down a little bit. You're allowed to, I said the other day, you're allowed to grieve. You're allowed to look at things as long as you don't stay there and dwell and you go back up in your frequency. To me, that's bullshit. Sorry, but it is.
My body shut down through some experiences. And I was living for a few years with kind of, you know, not a lot of emotions. And although it was quite pleasant sometimes, because I didn't get caught up in all sorts of dramas and stuff, I knew on a deeper level that that's not actually what makes me human. What makes me human is the ability to let the emotions fully flow through me and transmute them.
Transmute them, alchemy. Let them flow through you. You're allowed to let them go through you. You're allowed to cry. You're allowed to get angry. But remember, after then, you've got to let it go. So, no.
And so I called it back in. I actually called back. I actually, said I want to reactivate my emotional body. And I knew by saying that I would have to go through a few obstacles and things like that.
Right, I find the bit with Trump. Yes, thank you, Lisa Tooley. I've said that before. When you resonate with someone, doesn't mean you have to resonate with everything that person says. Take what you resonate with and leave the rest. That's what I say. Like, some people go, I don't like Laura Eisenhower. She's part of this, that. No. I'm saying, listen to her message. It's brilliant. If she said a couple of words that trigger you, so what? I leave what I don't resonate, and the bits that I pick up that resonate just resonate with me anyway. I can feel it. It's like a vibration. So, Right, let me find it. I've got the timestamp. So this was just made me laugh in a good way. So I think it was 7:47. I think. This is what I've always said about Trump. It's the external. He was brought in for a reason. When you're a bit more awake in a consciousness, you'll understand why Trump was brought in. But those who are not, don't. So let's go. She doesn't normally talk about Trump a lot. She knows about him, but some people don't talk about politics. But then again, it's not he got asked to come in, didn't he? But let's just see.
On something on Twitter, because of course I support what Mr. Trump is attempting to do. And
you can't mention Trump.
She's talking about trolls.
I've had such awful comments over the years, and they've just bounced off me. And this one trigger, this one individual, which was nothing really, triggered me so badly. And it was my son. He said to me, Mum, why is that upsetting you? When all those other people have said, the most awful things like, we're going to come and kill you and this sort of stuff. And then you have one person say that. And I said, I know why, because, and it was related to my own issues, my own past. And that was, difficult for my son, who's only like in his late 20s, to understand why I was so upset by this little comment.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that, actually.
I was actually called a troll. I was commenting on something on Twitter, because of course I support what Mr. Trump is attempting to do.
And you can't mention Trump without expecting massive backlash.
I know, and it's kind
I
of
know that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a fun game in your own consciousness. Like, that's the way you have to play it, because they just want you to agree with them, right? And there were so many comments that she's either a bot or she's a robot or she's a troll from Canada or whatever. And my response is, it's okay that we have different opinions. We can have different opinions and still be respectful to each other. And I just say thank you for the communication. Thank you very much for the communication. And then that's where I end it. And then they don't come back.
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
Someone that's saying.
The thing with Trump is it's like, if you haven't sort of awakened that spiritual part of yourself, then you look only at the external manifestation of what Trump does. And of course, the external, what you see, looks a bit odd. Yeah. But once you're open to spirit and you see what's happening on another level, what he's doing, that's when you can suddenly understand why he was placed in that position.
Exactly. But it's seeing those multi-layers behind what's going on. One of the worst comments, which, you
multi-layers, because we're multi-dimensional,
are in a sort of bigger place to receive something like this because you're reaching so many. I once was told I was on the Cabal Illuminati payroll. I was one of them. What's it called? Controlled opposition or something. Somebody actually believed I'm past the Illuminati. And I remember telling my husband, I said, we haven't had our Illuminati payment in this month,
Yeah, I've had that.
I'm on the payroll. Yeah. Have you
exactly.
already? Oh, there you go.
And we find the Matrix and then
yeah, I've had bits done off me, off the silly people out there who are not understanding. Controlled opposition. It Roxanne and everyone has, because they don't understand. And that's why she made me laugh when she said this, because I thought, do people not understand? Yes, there are people who are paid from that side in these communities trying to sway everyone. Alex Jones. And some people, you know what I'm saying? They act all like that. But that's why people get paranoid and can't tell real people, because are they feeling the vibration, or they're just going off what they've been told? And then they have all the followers who follow them because they believe what they're being told, but they're not actually going what the actual field self control.
Excuse me, of being a voice for the opposing
exactly,
consciousness,
and that's
stuff.
That's a
and
really
everything.
common one. And
Yeah.
that comes in from two angles. One, genuine individuals who don't resonate with the material and are suspicious and can't tell the difference between the light and the control.
Mhm.
Or you actually have paid cabal members that are pointing the finger at you, but they are that.
Exactly.
You know, so they're coming in from both. And those people
They like the Democrats.
are out on these platforms. To try to, if they can knock down a few of the spiritual teachers, then it takes the sort of the team down. The two ways of doing it: knock their own confidence.
That's why they do what they do, knocking people's confidence. Like I've had people say stuff about me, Roxanne's had people say like that, knocking people's confidence, trying to get them off the platform they're on because they don't want people putting stuff out, you know.
Or put barriers between them, so let them either argue amongst themselves and discredit the entire movement.
That's exactly what's happening.
And I've seen that in a bit of the flat earth community where they're all arguing between themselves. There's a lot of gatekeepers and thingies going on there because I've seen it, experienced it, see it all the time. They want them circling around arguing, so they're not actually looking at the real stuff and what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I know, anyway.
Now, like the biggest infiltration is happening in the sort of new age scene.
It is, and the truth of movement.
Yeah, and the truth of movement.
Truth of movement, and there's a lot of them.
Each other. I've seen it, I've witnessed it,
It's
and I wrote
terrible.
a post about it saying, guys, hello, remember that the truth is so multi-layered that it's almost futile to start a discussion about anything at all, really.
It's true, but everything is flipping back to the positive, and what's happening there is, as everyone...
See, I've seen a lot of change going on, even though some people say they can't see it. I've been saying this for ages. There is a flip. And some people will flip because they'll realise the control is out of control over them. They can choose to flip on free will. Yeah, learn to take anyone or anything personal. Exactly, it's hard, but that's what people have got to learn, to not take things personally, because it will knock you off ground, yeah, and it will unbalance you, and that's what they're trying to do.
It's against one another. It's because they're on one side of the fence and seeing the opposing fence as something opposite. But as that occurs over time, that will teach everyone the multidimensionality, the dual consciousness, the paradoxical consciousness, the ability to see both sides. That's where we're going with this. So, but the attempt from the cabal is to have us all at each other's throats and discredit the movement. That's part of it.
That's what it is, but I'll leave that because you can go and listen to it yourself, resonate with it or not. That's what they're doing over here, Democrats over there, all over the world. Divide and conquer, that's what it's called. So we're all fighting among each other. So it's, oh, thank you, Tapper. It's pretty obvious. Not that some people don't think it is. Also, there's a lady called, I do watch now and again, but I was see where things are lining up and people are talking out about stuff. They're not in fear anymore. But this lady, you may have heard of her. Jo, I think she's called Jo. It just made me laugh in a good way. Jo Morris, she's a bit witchy. She was doing something for Halloween, having a chat today. But when she said this, I thought, she's getting on alignment. She's thinking outside the box. Listen to this.
Hey, brother.
And go.
I think our lives, and we actually get memories coming down the soul stem, and we.
This was good what she said.
Thought a flash in the back of your mind, in my mind. And so, with that being said, what are spirits?
Because she's doing a chat, it's Halloween, and she's talking about Halloween, how to speak to spirits, spirit guides, and ancestors when we feel blocked. Funny, that blocked thing again. Listen to what she starts saying. You will resonate, some of you, with it. Well, most of you will in chat.
Are we all part of this grand spiritual ecosystem?
Yes.
Now, it's very possible that spirits are those echoes, those very real, tangible, cognizant, sentient beings from timelines of which we are a part of. I made Chris's brain go whoop the other day, whether or not, like, we could. She talks about whether we can be our own ancestors and be born into our own ancestral line. And then so I was talking about this, and then Chris's mind was like, oh no, like poof, because if then we're experiencing our own memories, we were experiencing our own ancestors' lives through the interconnectedness of our own, all those brain steps
Quantum field.
To the soul. So we're actually always experiencing our own ancestral energies through it. And so it's very possible, I feel, though, that we don't all live, all of us concurrently. Like, I feel like there must be rest periods, right? So if I am tendril A, for argument's sake, or tendril J, shall we say, tendril J, the shimmy tendril of my existence, of my soul, that shimmy tendril might go through many lifetimes in many different places. So it might kind of plug into this reality, experience this lifetime.
Multidimensional.
It goes back into soul and rests and, digests all those experiences and maybe reaches out to different people experiencing different lifetimes to share that experience in a different way, but we are all ultimately connected through the spiritual ecosystem. So all the many different souls
the little orbs and
touch
things.
each other's lives and sort of get onto the fiber network of souls and like tap away at somebody else's like, hi, you are now downloading this spirit's message into your brain. And that's kind of how spirit energy works. We often think we're crazy because we hear voices, right? And often setting in this timeline because this is a timeline that this piece of our soul is aware of. And we then might have very vivid dreams that are so get caught up in the day-to-day. We get caught up in what is all interconnected at some point anyway, but still. The immediate family line, which is easier to tendril A, because they felt like they might have been hearing and feeling spirits before. Chris and I are...
Anyway, you can go and check out Jo Morris's channel on a Halloween special. She's basically saying, she started thinking about, are we all connected? Is it part of the I think that we're multi-dimensional. And I thought, yes, this is what everyone's talking about. There's many different layers. That's why I said before, for example, what the woman said before with Magenta Pixie. Trump, people who are not aware of one sort of thing and not realising it's actually multi-dimensional. There's lots of things going on behind the layers of what they think's going on. So it was just lovely to hear her saying that's brilliant, because that's what timeline, if you want to say, some people don't like the word, is a lot of us are on that timeline of that way of thinking. Now let's go into the lovely Elizabeth April. Before Elizabeth April, there was somebody else that Laura Eisenhower has brought to my attention. So I'm going to give this lady a shout out. And I will come into chat in a minute. But Laura Eisenhower, I'm just trying to get this out. On Laura Eisenhower's channel again, she's had the lovely, and go and resonate over there and sub if you resonate, because she's got a little channel there. So it's Laura Eisenhower on Amanda Drain, I think it is. She's a light language and DNA, and she's got little short meditations with light language in. If you don't know what light language is, then maybe you need to go and listen to her. Maybe you'll resonate, maybe you won't. I do resonate with it. But let's just see.
Ready? It's Laura Eisenhower. And I have a really awesome guest today.
This is
her
the
name
lady.
is Amanda Drain. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. She is a certified energy healing practitioner.
Went through a period of, forgetting, by being who they are, by carrying the vibration that they have. Most, if not all, starseeds are natural, empathic, intuitive people.
Natural, empathic, intuitive people. You don't have to know you are. You just got to hold a vibration. So if you're holding a high vibration anyway, you're going to affect the space around you and the people around you. So it's all good. A self-made crown. We've all got a crown up here. We've all got a, what would you call it?
And they are entering rooms, environments, cathedrals, and just that one individual being there raises the vibration in the whole room, the whole state, the whole planet. So it's not something you can fail at. You cannot fail.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's nothing can take it
Clown
away from you
chakra,
as
yeah.
much as it's difficult. I mean, it's difficult to navigate the human realm. We're born with a bit of amnesia, but frequency is frequency. And eventually, you know, a person catches up with it. And that's what's so important about, you know, the kind of work you're doing, because it can just help the conscious mind enjoy it more and, you know, step into it on a more conscious level, even though those activations, you know, will definitely still be there. And so that brings us into like the 144,000 that a lot of people have heard about. And I know a lot about that myself and the significance of it. So what can you tell us about that and the awakening to the 144?
Yeah, so the 144, dependent on your beliefs, and you know, anybody, whatever you believe, that's what your belief, and I respect that. And we can all have different perspectives on it. But from my perspective, it is not a number. It is a frequency. It is a code. It is a stream of consciousness that anybody can tap into. This isn't a specialty thing. Anybody has the ability to be able to tap into this frequency.
We all have.
And it's simply the return to source. It's coming back to the divine template that we all have. We're all ascended beings. We're all already 12th dimensional beings, just having an experience in each dimension. And that to me is the most important thing that people, because I hear that a lot too. I hear people saying, well, when am I going to ascend to 5D? And to me, it's, well, you're already that. You're already that. You're already living that purpose. And it's the awareness. It's bringing that awareness down throughout the Taurus field and incorporating that in a 3D human skin and bone suit. That's what ascension to me is. And the easiest way to do that is to connect to that frequency, to connect to that source code divine template.
Totally. I love how you put it, and I absolutely agree. It's been linked to the 0 point unified field, and it is beyond a number. The numbers can get confusing, and the 12 times 12 too has some significance with us being, you know, 12 strand potential as well, and how that relates, you know, to the Stargaze, this 3-dimensional, you know, everything's wrong. Well, then you can quickly turn on some type of meditation or whatever your practice can be, and you can shift to something else. You can shift to a different version of yourself.
I wasn't looking then. Yeah, when you're feeling a bit down about something, like the person who came and said you're always there. No, we're not always there. And you can't always be 2 in the high and 2 in the low. There's balance. Sometimes you have to come back down to earth, if that's what you want to say. You can just go and meditate or do something that you like. Like I said, go and watch a funny movie just to bring yourself back into that loving, sort of calming, sort of joyful, loving center that will just take you out of whatever it was that maybe you were thinking about or putting too much focus on. You know, if you get what I'm saying.
That won't listen to those distractions, distortions, illusions, one that can pull you up and out and plop you right back wherever you want to shift to at that particular moment. But
that's amazing, because I mean, I look at it, I mean, this is kind of what vision I'm getting just from you talking, and I've seen it before. I mean, it's not, I mean, it's sort of basic, but it's just like tuning an instrument. It's like we pull out the guitar or violin or cello, and we might play it, and then it's like, you know, it's just, you know, tuning the instrument, which can absolutely transform the day, the way we communicate with each other. And I mean, it obviously has a ripple effect. So getting tuned by, you know, watching your channel or, you know, doing similar things with sound and frequency will affect other people that aren't even using those things, because of the transmission we can give to others.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we are instruments, exactly, and it's up to us, and nobody else out there can do it for us. We are the sovereign beings. We are our higher selves incarnate right now, and it's up to us to maintain that frequency. And you know, if you're sent into a low moment and you're sent into a dense moment, a lot of that could be triggers that you're needing to be worked on, and that's part of it too. So being able to,
everything's about learning. Phil, I think it's Phil Good. I've got loads. Phil Good was also saying today on his channel, he is in with Magenta Pixie with channeling the is it the 9? I can't remember, the 9 white wing. I can't remember what they're called, but anyway, he was just saying something about
there's literally nothing
on
on
the
the
planet
planet that makes me.
he was just saying today.
Immense. This is not about meditating and levitating. This is about surrendering and moving back into the heart space. This is about trusting that the universe has your back 100%.
This video with it was today with Phil Good. If you don't know of him, go and check him out. He had a lot of light energy around here, and he had a few orbs flying about as well. And he was talking about how, if you go and listen to what he's saying, because I'm not going to play this, I'm just going to say go and watch it. He was saying about how things seem scary sometimes, and even when he didn't like being in the system with certain things, and then he had to go and do something, he thought, oh, he's normally in a high frequency, but it brought him down a bit this week. I think everyone's been feeling a bit funny this week anyway. He had to go and do something. He thought, oh, it's like these people are against him, but like channeling, saying, no, sometimes these people are put in front of you, even narcissists, to push you forward, but actually there to help you. And I watched someone talk about narcissists today, and that was a brilliant chat, because it was about, I had a narcissist in my life. I've had a few. Now I know why. Their actual mission to the planet, oh, I said planet, oh well, whatever, is that's because I was watching that realm, I should say, is to push you forward to certain things. It does wake you up, but he was sort of saying, you know, you've got to stop resisting stuff sometimes, and realize that all the world isn't against you. It's that higher frequency. You've just got to go, not be all fake and like try to pump it out there, or like, just be the frequency, just be yourself, be the frequency. But that was really good. Then there was the lady that Laura Eisenhower was talking to. She's got a channel, and it is, she was just, what was she saying? Just to throw a channel out there. She's got a really good one on the gift of narcissism. So if you've been out with a narcissist and been around narcissists, this was brilliant, and it makes total sense. So her channel is called 12D Light Language, and just listen to a little bit. She calls him a narcissist. So,
in a tug of war, except you sit very happily in the middle, because you realize the mud pit was just an illusion of your own beliefs. From these individuals, for some it can take years or decades to become aware of the lessons we are to learn from our narcs. Believe it or not,
I learned a massive lesson from my narcissistic peoples.
Are the top of the top light workers.
Narcissists are light workers too.
Light workers. They are marksmen when it comes to awakening their empaths, as narcissists usually have soul groups they are attached to.
Duality.
Other family members. Remember, light workers are here to shine their light and raise consciousness, which is exactly what a narcissist does, by being a complete and total mirror to their empaths, expertly finding those hidden insecurities, ancient or buried traumas, and dormant DNA. They are the counter voice in your head, only to provoke your sovereign self. So, the second step, realizing what the narcissist brings up, is what indeed needs your attention, healing and acceptance. And the next words will trigger some people. Trigger warning. Be grateful for your narcissist. Be very grateful. You have selected an accelerated awakening.
Accelerated awakening. But I'm not going through all that. You can go and watch it. But I am grateful for my narcissistic people that have been in my life, because it made me wake up faster. It helped me go through the process. It helped me go through a dark night of the soul. People think there's only one. There isn't. It's whatever. Yeah, and they do bring you to sort of climb out of yourself and be who you truly are, because it's a bit like that thing when I've even said to my sister, sometimes, even when you're going along with friends and stuff, I'm not saying this is particularly narcissistic, it's just that I've noticed, I'll hear my sister or friends say sometimes, oh, someone wanted me to go here or there, or they wanted me to go out for a drink or whatever, and they're like, I don't really feel like going, but I went anyway because, you know, they really wanted me to go out. I've started to say no to stuff, because I'm like, But I don't want to. I'm not just doing it because someone wants me to do it, because that's them controlling you. They don't know it. It can be friends or family. And it's a bit like every Christmas, my mum tries to get me to get the, you know, get a drink down your neck. I'm not a big drinker. I'm not bothered. I do what I want to do. If I want to get drunk, I'll get drunk. If I don't want to drink, I don't want to drink. It doesn't make me boring, that because I need something. That's how people relax. I relax in different ways. But if I was to just go along with it, that's when I don't enjoy it, because it's not something I really want to do. So I don't enjoy drinking. Say, for example, if I'm being told, oh, drink when I don't really feel like doing it. That's just one example. There's many examples like that. It's like, hi, where we go when we grow. When you're doing something to please others a lot, if you do a lot of it, because obviously we are here to help and, you know, be in service to others, but not when you're sort of just doing things all the time because it's, you know, they want you to do it and you're like, God, I didn't really. And that's sometimes, even if you go out sometimes and you really didn't want to go out and you think, oh, I spent that much money and I didn't really go out, and it was a bit like, wasn't really into it sort of thing, because you're going against, you know what I mean, what you really want to do, and you might just want to stay in and cozy up. I'm not saying you do it all the time, but you've got to learn to start saying no and doing what you want to do. It's like tonight, Halloween. No, I'm not out. I'm dressed as a bit of a hippie tonight, if anyone's wondering why I've got this around my head. You know, I've not come as a witch or anything. Or I could be a light worker. I said a hippie light worker, starseed, whatever you want to say. Because I had a bath and I had a bit of a chat to myself in the bath about, you know, past ancestors and nanas and granddads and people in my life that I'm remembering tonight, because, you know, it's when the veil's thin. I mean, it's thin anyway, but it's really thin at the minute. And what I remember that way, because my little one was out at a party anyway, and he's not back till tomorrow. My eldest one and into it, so I'm just doing what I want to do. Some people might be like, oh, well, I'd rather go out and get drunk and go to a Halloween party. Good for you. That's not what I chose to do today. I do what I want to do. I'm not going along with something because someone else wants me to. I'm doing what I feel in the moment that I want to do, if you get what I'm saying. So you do have to start saying no to people. You do have to start putting boundaries up. We haven't got, you know, we're not limited, but we have to put boundaries up sometimes, because it's a bit like Philip Good said, you're not just going to leave your door open, even though we know there's good people united, you're just going to leave your door open, are you? You know what I'm saying? So, because people do have, there are people out there who do have bad intentions, and basically it's all about intentions. So even if you get people cursing and people are like, oh my God, you curse a lot. I curse a lot off you know, off camera when I get a bit triggered and stuff. So what? That's not my intention behind it. It's your intention, what's actually behind why you're, so I don't know, triggered, whatever. I call it compassion sometimes. People get triggered with that word as well, but I'm just like, so what? It's not the intentions behind it. If I get mad and triggered sometimes, like I've said, if I was cracked open by the source, you would see my essence of what my true intentions are. And they're not bad intentions. They're good intentions for everybody. Do you know what I'm saying? And when I do put intentions out there, they're not just for me. They're for everybody on this plane. I know it sounds hippy dippy, but I don't care. I want love and abundance and joy and happiness and wealth and all that good stuff for everybody. We're not in lack anywhere. They've made it so like that. You know, we should all be manifesting the same things and living in harmony, and that's the way we're going. But there's a lot of work needed to do this. There's a lot of work we've all got to do on ourselves, me included. We keep learning and growing. Yeah, there's been a few in tonight, and there was a lot before. You know, and that's how it goes. So yeah, it was good. So the next one was because I'm just showing you some channels tonight that I was listening to, was so there's 12D Light Language channel, so go and check her channel out. She's lovely. I think she's got a bit of a grey streak going on. It's really nice. And then there was the lovely Elizabeth April. You might not resonate with everyone I'm putting out there, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So, where are we going? So, Elizabeth April might be too out there for some, but she ain't for me, because I'm not limited in nothing. So, where is she? Where's she gone? Right. Unlocking your etheric DNA. Yeah. So,
Traffic College is #MoreMe.
I'm trying to find the bit where she said something about something I was going to... I bet I've lost it. Elizabeth. Oh, yeah. Elizabeth April. She makes me laugh when she goes on about yoga and stuff funny. It's your mindset at the end of the day as well. Even you can eat healthy and all this, but it's good. Yeah, Elizabeth April's great. I love her. Let me find the bit where we got up to. So it was, I think it was 32 minutes, 40 seconds in. So let me just find it. She's great. Some people would be like, what? But I'm like, no. I didn't used to resonate with her a few years back or whenever it was. And then I was like, yeah, I get it now. So just listen to what she's saying.
Ways to raise your vibration.
Many ways.
Do yoga and eat good food.
This makes me laugh.
If you don't love your human, then what happens is you're out of your body. And most likely, if you've discovered my channel, most likely if... There you go, Larry.
Yeah, from the theory to the
actual.
actual.
If you've discovered my channel and you resonate with my content, which is the reason why you're here watching this video right now, you're a cosmic being of light. And if you're a cosmic being of light, guess what that means? It's really fucking hard to be a human. That's what that means. It means that you've probably struggled with depression and anxiety and restlessness. You've probably struggled with your own internal need and desire to fit in because you feel like you don't fit in. You feel like you're not a human. You feel like you don't belong here. You feel like you're like, what the...
Oh my God, sorry, I just had to stop then. I saw someone saying hi, doll. Oh, I'm just being a hippie, like starseed or something, I don't know, for Halloween. Hi, Old Crow, hope you're well. Hello. Just thought I'd say hi, I'll just cut in.
Fuck is this? I feel that way.
I know Old Crow's had orbs and things going on. We've had a lot of orbs in my channel live. There's been a few tonight. There was some that I filmed before all over the place.
Right? If you're a cosmic being, which most likely you are if you're watching this content, then you have struggled to stay in your body because you have a hard time.
Just listen to what she says about eating healthy food, even though we like to do that, but it is your mindset. I love the way she says it. It's so funny.
Being a human. So the number one thing that I can tell all of you, there's many ways to raise your vibration. I could say do yoga and eat good food and go to the gym.
Because people do this, like, you've got to do yoga, you've got to be a vegan, you've got to do this and you've got to do that, and you won't be enlightened. Yes, I've gone off meat. I keep thinking I want to do yoga, but I've not got around to it yet. But it's not that you have to do it. It is a mindset as well. But people think you can only do certain stuff that will get you in a higher frequency and then you'll be on more spiritual and all that. Not necessarily true, but it is nice to do them sort of things because it does help with your mindset.
None of that shit is going to matter if you don't love your human experience. You can't say, well, Elizabeth, I'm doing all the things. I really should.
I've got a friend, there was an orb then. I've got a friend who died and came back. She saw herself on the table and she came back. She's a vegan. She eats very well. Obviously she's vegan. She does all that. But she even said months ago, at the end of the day, when I'm helping people, because she helps people, she said, if they've got cancer or something, because she had cancer as well and she healed herself, you can eat all the healthy stuff in the world and do yoga and all this, but if you've not got the mindset, like what Dr. Joe Dispenza explains, with the manifesting and believing it and bringing it in and getting on that frequency and raising it and, talking to yourself in a loving way, it's not going to do jack shit. You've got to have the mindset with it as well, with the frequency, along with all that. Yes, that is good for you, but you've got to have the mindset. That's why some people say, oh, well, I had a friend who was dead healthy, ran so many miles a day, did yoga, did this, did that, was a vegan, only drank water, was living on a mountain somewhere, meditating every day, and they dropped dead at the age of sort of, maybe they weren't really believing what they were sort of doing. So were they talking the talk? What's the thing called? Talking the talk but not walking the walk. That's the thing.
Love myself. I'm doing yoga and the veganism and the
That wasn't an orb, by the way. That was a piece of dust because I just seen it, like a long piece of dust.
Hugs. No. Okay, it's not going to help. Thank you, Bo, for that beautiful super chat. Right? None of the external shit is going to matter or have.
But I'm sure some will come in. I'm trying to bring the light in. I'm like, where do I have it light? Let's see.
any effect on your life whatsoever if you don't first and foremost start to really work on grounding yourself in your physical body and truly loving your physical human experience. Okay? I'm not saying don't do any of the things.
Because I think when you come to the truth of yourself, I've said this millions of times, finding out all the stuff that you call evil, blah, 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 all that. The truth sets you free, and then you start to love things, and you start to see different things and the way the world is, so the way you can change it in your reality, and it's a beautiful thing.
Saying those come secondary to the vibrational frequency of loving your human, of loving this experience, of really enjoying yourself. And say, for example, if you're like, well, I'm being vegan because that's what, so-and-so teacher told me to do if I want to be more spiritual. What are you doing?
Doing what someone else is telling you to do.
To a belief system because someone told you that's what you need to believe in.
I've had that, people saying, oh, you should do this, like do yoga. Like I'll say, oh, I'm trying this. But if you don't feel like that's for you, then don't do it, because then, like she says, it's someone telling you what to do. Doesn't mean it'll work for you.
You're really living your life through obligation, and you're creating dogma in your life. It would be no better than all of a sudden being a Christian and believing in the Bible, right? Or all of a sudden being a devout Catholic and pigeonholing yourself to one layer of belief. Don't do something because someone told you to do it. That's not real love for yourself.
That's what I always try and say. Oh, I'm showing you these channels. If you resonate, you resonate. If you don't, that's fine. But I'm just showing you what I've been listening to, because don't do things just because you'll feel better you'll feel more with the in crowd. Because see, at school, I'm not saying I was a dead good goody two shoes, because I wasn't a dead good goody two shoes, but I wasn't part of the bad gang either, if you get what I'm saying, that side. Sort of just in the middle, because sometimes it's happening at school, oh, we're all smoking because we think it's trendy. Well, I didn't smoke, and I'm glad I didn't, because all people are trying to get off smoking, but I didn't because I didn't want to do it. It didn't resonate with me. Though people might be like, oh, you're uncool, because we're cool because we're smoking. No, you look stupid. That's why I didn't do it. Certain things, I mean, yeah, I drank like you did when you were younger. You do experiment. I'm not saying it's wrong to not experiment. You learn things out of it. But there's some things that I didn't do that a lot of people have done, because I just thought, it's not for me. I don't resonate with. So I was a little bit strong in some senses. I'm not saying all. We all do stuff. That's how we learn. But there were certain things where I think, yeah, maybe that's why I didn't do it. It's like you want to be in with the in crowd, but I sort of was like, yeah, but I don't want to do it just because you're doing it, and you're only doing it because you want to get in with the in crowd and look trendy with your ego and make yourself look good, when really it's not really what you want to do. And then you start attracting things in your life where you think your life's going wrong, or you've got addicted to something, or this, that, and the other, because you're not truly really doing what you want to do. Yeah.
Real love for yourself is tuning into yourself and asking, what do I need? And if I were to tell you that doing one thing is wrong, that's going to lower your vibration.
That's why some people say when you hit middle age, you might think, she's having a, look at me, 42, she's having a midlife crisis. No, I'm just doing the things that I want to do. That's what you say when you're they're having a midlife crisis. I don't mean all people that you say will think we're having a midlife crisis. Some people are just doing it because of their ego as well. But there's that thing where, no, you just start not giving a shit about what other people think, and you start doing what you really want to do. Like, I'm getting my hair dreaded soon, and I'm doing this, and don't do it at home, kids, but I pierce my nose myself. I'm doing the things that I've always wanted to do, but thought, way back, what they're going to think, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, because I've been half and half with that. I'm like, stuff it. I don't care. I'm living my life for me and what I want to experience and what I've always seen my future self as. So let's bring it in, that's what it's all about.
Another thing is right, and that's going to heighten your vibration. I would be a bad teacher. It is not up to me to tell you what to do and to what not to do to get to a certain place. It's completely and utterly up to you. I would be disempowering you if I told you eating meat is wrong and not eating.
Because no matter what you do, even if you've done things in the past that have been addictive, hi Ricardo, it might take you longer to come to it, but you will come to awareness in the end anyway, because they will all teach you lessons anyway.
need is right, and that's how you get to enlightenment. That's not the case at all. Nothing you do in this physical world is right or wrong. Get rid of the concept of right and wrong. Get rid of the concept of morality altogether and understand that everything is a vibrational frequency. I've used this example again, and I'm going to use it again now, right? So you open the fridge, and you've got a beer, and you've got a kombucha. Okay, I don't know. Could be anything else. Okay, so naturally the vibrational frequency of a beer, because it's alcohol, it's just a lower vibration. Okay. Naturally the vibration of kombucha, okay, this is not alcohol, and maybe there's some love in it, and maybe it was like homegrown, and maybe it was like made by a family, whatever, okay? It's a higher vibration. Just naturally, objectively, without our perception to it, because naturally every physical thing in this third dimensional reality has a vibrational frequency to it. When we set an intention around that physical thing, we change the vibrational frequency.
Tinkling the fingers.
If you were to grab that beer and say, you know what, this week has been amazing, I've been doing great work, life couldn't be better, I'm having a great day, it's a nice hot day, what would really be amazing on this hot day is a nice cold beer. Great, what are you doing? You're taking that naturally low vibrational thing, that object, that physical thing, and you're raising the vibration by intentionally appreciating that thing in the physical world. You crack open the beer and you really enjoy it. Good for you.
Sorry, I knew something was going to come in because I got a tingle in the fingers. That's why I was doing that. And then I held my hand under there and it came from over there. Did you see it? Sorry, I just have to throw that in there.
I can't say that drinking a beer is wrong. Okay? Now, likewise, if you were to like open the fridge door and say, I can really use a beer right now because life is just so great. But fuck, I know my wife is going to nag me and I'm going to go reach for that kombucha. And I don't know why she makes me drink this shit, but apparently it's healthy and I guess I got to do this. And you crack open that kombucha. What are you doing to that naturally higher vibrational thing? You are lowering that vibration by making that choice out of obligation. Not out of pure joy, intent, love, intuition, consciousness. You're doing it out of obligation. You're lowering it through obligation, which is essentially a vibration of fear. You're doing it for someone else. You're giving your power away. So get over.
I didn't even realise what time it was, but I was just trying to stay on a bit late because it's Halloween and we're getting energies in. So that was the lovely Elizabeth April. So you can go and check that chat out. Everyone's talking about the same thing. There might have been a few more, but I think I'll shout them out another time because it's getting late. But I just wanted to read out some of the cards that fell out for me today. They'll resonate with you, and it's all about everything we've been talking about. So I will just find the cards that came out today, which was two out of this deck, my new deck. Hope you saw that lovely orb just come in like that. We might get a few more while I'm reading, I don't know. Oh, did I get 3? Did I get 3? Was that from yesterday or was that from today? Yeah, the nice these ones. I don't know if this is petalite lights. I don't know if that's how you say it. I think this came out today. I know these two did. Is it Amazonite? I think. 2. Oh, the light's a bit, oh, is it me? I don't know. And I don't know how you say this one. Me with dyslexia. So I'm only going to do a short reading. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. This is a new deck, so I'll check it. Everything's resonating. 42. And then I'm going to go. 42, 42. If you haven't checked the last thing I put up before coming on, please check it out, because when I raise my hands, you'll see a red orb when my hand comes back down, and there was a golden one. So I'm hoping, you never know, they might come in before we go. 42, seeing as it's Halloween. 42 is... Oh. Meaning witnessing the observer, an ability to detach, the impersonal quality of the universe. Sometimes life feels too close for comfort. Decisions are difficult to make when you're taking life so personally. That's what we were talking about before. This is particularly true for empaths and sensitives. I've been a very sensitive person throughout my life, and I am a Pisces. When Petalite, I think it is, spirit arrives, it's here to give you the ability to step back and observe with detachment and neutrality. Can't say that properly. There is a place within you that allows you to observe without emotion when we're going within. And then we can observe. We can look at it, thoughts and things that come in, and let it go, so we can flow. See the world with the perceptive of acceptance, trying to change not what you see as an external to you, but rather than the lens through which you perceive it. Perceptions. Yeah, enjoy it while it's here, because 2020 is going to be a big year, 2020 vision and all that. Now it is time to step back and observe what is in front of you. Are you reacting to something that is triggering you? And that's what we were talking about before. Or are you overwhelmed by the sheer amount of information that you need to process? Because it is the age of information, by the way. There's lots of it. It's a good job as well, because people can look at things that they've, resonated with and not think they're mad. The time required to sort things out. Funny enough, I was sorting things out today. I was getting rid of a lot of stale energy in the house. I smudged. I cleared some of my wardrobe out, and I was getting rid of bits. I've still got a bit to do, especially for Christmas, new toys and things coming in and all that sort of stuff. I've got rid of things that have been here for a bit, got rid of stale energy. Remind you to a clear, detached manner will empower you to understand the true nature of what is in front of you now, and to take your next steps in your own time. Also, decluttering, cleaning and stuff like that's good, and when you're cleaning, to do it with love, and decluttering to do it with love, because you are your home, the floor, the walls. We are everything. So love your home, don't let it be a shit tip. Your home is love as well. So love your home, Right, Amazonite, is it? I think it's called number 2. Lots of people waking up. They are waking up all over the world. I don't understand people going, I'm not seeing anything. It's like, every day I'm seeing, it's maze balls, whoa. And it's synchronicity of what they're saying. So, yeah. Oh, gee, I guess if you're not looking, you're not going to see, are you? Hi, Miss Q. I'm glad your stuff has been sent off. I'll be talking about that in a minute, actually. 2. I'm looking for 2. Orb alert. I didn't see anything then. You will have done. Right. The next one is truth, revelation, the evolution and natural flow of events. Well, knock me down with the witch's broom. Not everything reveals itself right away in full detail. No shit, Sherlock. It doesn't, does it? You have to look back on things sometimes as well. Wouldn't that be nice? But the conscious universe is unfolding a plan for you, so much more brilliant than you can imagine. Well, and Amazonite Spirit is here to help you trust in the process of the flow revelation. Some things will be disclosed that may shake you up. It has to shake you up to get your ass into gear, wake you up. Oh, I've started being aware of stuff that I wasn't aware of before. That's what the whole shake-up is in the external as well, with all the shit that's going on at the minute. Get ready, folks. And that's why Trump put a picture out of a dog getting a medal, but it was, just to put it out there, it was photoshopped, because he was trolling, as if to say, when the real pictures come out of certain people, You'll know what photoshopped is and what's real, because mainstream media will start saying it's fake, as we know how they work. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Some things will be disclosed that may shake you up, but if so, it's all for your higher good. So pay close attention and go with it. The conscious universe prefers you to learn your lessons without suffering. So if you allow situations to fluidly evolve instead of trying to control them, because people are always trying to control us, even parents and friends, control them, you will see that much wisdom is being made available to you right now. Mind, body, and the conscious universe are interconnected, of course they are. So be attentive to consciousness you previously overlooked or thought weren't such a big deal. They have more insights for you than you might have expected. What is unfolding will help you understand your purpose and find your destiny. You don't have to be a victim of fate, with your future defined by representing lessons learned in the past. You are being prepared for something awesome that you are already moving towards. Excitement and trust are in order. These was ones that I pulled out for me today, but I know they're going to resonate with a lot of you out there because it's happening to a lot of us. The last one that I took out of the Wild Unknown deck was this one. And I knew this was a good one because it's the 9 of Pentacles 9 and the circles of life. It looks a bit right around there, learning, isn't it? And, you know, rainbow colours. You know, it's all light and bright and rainbow colours. There isn't dark in there. Let me find this one. So that was Ace. I knew that was a good card. Earth, air, fire and water and spirit is the pentacles, star, the elements, but we forget about the ether sometimes, spirit, you know what I'm saying? Quantum field. Let me see. Watch out. I'll try and bring some more energy in a bit, see if it comes in. I haven't got any tingles yet. Where is it? Is it this one? Right. This one was Ace. Just read this out and I'll come in chat. There is a quiet knowing within you that feels the way in which you are moving in alignment with the same oneness that vibrates through all of life. Many aspects of you have fallen away, including work, and could no longer serve your heart. You are aligning more deeply with what feels natural. 9 of Pentacles indicates that you have come to completion of a project and are enjoying the fruits of labour. You have enough momentum underway now that you have a unique balance of work and play. There is confidence here that is unwavering as you know what you are connecting to in your work, and you will continue exploring with this. You are in an abundant period and you are deeply committed to your work. You will ride the ebbs and flows gracefully. Hang on a minute before I come in. Your reliance is with spirits, and your work reflects your inner landscapes. The card can also depict that you are working constantly and diligently, on a project that will come into full physical form. You are working with love and discipline, and you will be fulfilled with this project. The vision that comes from within is sprouting, the manifestation, sprouting of the seed that spirit planted within your soul before you were born. You have released all other visions that did not feel one with spirit. There is a deep felt movement of grace of this time, as if the wind is moving and all of life with more ease than you have ever felt before. This is because of your trust in all that is. Perception is everything. As you feel the immense beauty of life, you are always met with the beauty. You are always met with this beauty in return. Well, yes, beautiful, beautiful. So, yay, that's all good. So, we'll just see if I get orbs in front of me. Oh, tiny, tiny. They've not shown up, but like I said, check these books out. They're not that dear. They're not that dear at all, and they're big, thick books. But these are the Joe Dispenza. Really good if you like a read. Some people will get triggered by this this symbol here, but healing, you know, DNA and all that sort of stuff. I sort of see it as It is a healing symbol, but don't forget, oh, I've lost my page. Don't forget, they nicked our symbols, so you will see these on the Lumba Donkey. Sometimes you're like, oh, she's got an evil book. No, I see it sort of like the Sword of Truth here, the DNA helix, whatever you call it, right and left brain, female and divine feminine, rising, the awareness, ascension. Ooh, we've got like angelic wings. I see that as ascension, raising our vibrations and frequencies. The pine cone is your pineal gland, and then when you become enlightened, the crown chakra, enlightenment. Woohoo! Just saying. There's my spin on it. I'm just going to do a bit of dinging. One more from the oh yeah, I'll do a nature card before. I'll ding what. There you go. I was going to say we'll just bring some in. Do a bit of just wanted to do that. Nature cards. Yeah, we'll have the nature's whispers. Ooh, there was a little orbie. I like a bit of 528 hertz there. So yeah, we've had a few in tonight, but there was loads on the last video, loads, and it was amazing. If you, I keep saying it. Yeah, candles. A gold one came in, a red one came in. I think there was a blue one as well. So hopefully a few more might come in before I go. I might move about in a minute. Some energy. Remember last time I went JFK Jr. and we had one pop up, or I said Trump and one popped up. Ah. JFK Jr. Trump. So it's in alignment with Trump. Where we go one, we go all Q. Oh yeah, I got tingles in my fingers as well. Hello. See, Q. Quantum field, Q's in the house. Just saying. There must be Q supporters. But if you know who's on the Q map, Palladians, I'm just saying, Palladians in the house. Q is in the house. Oh yes, I rang. Ding dong. Funny. Oh, hello. Yeah, they start coming in now because I'm getting ready to go. Oh, yeah. Trying to put the light up, put the light down. They're getting a bit cheeky, deciding to come in when I'm going. They have been throughout, but yes. Big gold one. Could we have a big gold one in? Oh, you're getting loads now. You just like Miss Chan. Yeah, well, the one before in the bedroom was amazing. Oh, one at the door over there. You can all come in. Need to have a big dance about before we go. Hey. Yeah. Tones. I think we're like a high vibration. You need like a flickery one. Oh, getting a bit tingle in my hands. Let's see, I don't know. I'm sure that's when I'm saying I can sense them. Can't see it above my head, so sit back a bit. You want to pick a card? They normally like the cards. Did you see that one come in then? Oh, come again. Come and pick a card. That was a bit of a twinkly one. Calling all ups. Calling all ups. Calling all loving ups. You can come in. People are liking to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, they're all coming in. Calling all ups. Nanu, nanu. We are all dancing with angels. Yep. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Pick a card. Oh, that was cute. Yep, all colours, all everything different, but the same. But hello. Thank you for showing up a little bit more near the end. We're picking a card now. I'm going to sit back a bit. Hello. Wow. Oh, little cuties. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. They're all coming in now. I'm like, do you want to pick a card? No, humanity no different. That's what I've said. To the naysayers, doesn't do that, does it? No. Thank you. I was picking a card, right? Come on, let's pick one. All different hues of colours, light spectrum. That's all it is, because we are light frequency. I can't get the cards to jump because I'm like, it's a vibration, you see, and it's off you lot in chat. And I did what I say today. We'll pull a card in a minute. Wow, you lot in chat bring the vibrations in as well. And I was meant to say as well, thank you for my subscribers and those that you come in with your beautiful energy, because we're all doing it as well. And I just want to say thank you, because you help with my vibration. We all help each other. That's what we're all here for, and that's why we resonate with each other. We might not always agree on everything, but it's okay. But I just want to say thank you. I'm grateful for you lot and anyone who's coming in after and all that support me anyway. So thank you. And I just want to say, if anyone wants to make a donation, because I do put it out there now and again, I might just put my email details in the chat, and you can PayPal if you want to do a coffee donation. It's only a coffee donation if you want to. If you don't, that's fine as well. I just thought I'd throw it out there anyway, because I don't normally, but I just do it now and again, just in case anybody wants to. Coffee donation. Right, let's get to the cards. I'm sure one was blue. I'm just getting like distracted, and I'm not even like. Right, Right, I'm going. Come on, come on, card. I think they're picking a card. Let's pick a card. Ooh. Laughter. Oh, that's what I was just doing. Laughter, joy brings in a lot of. I mean, look at the little fairies on the horses riding in the heavenly realms, because you know, that is one of the biggest things you've got to bring in. That is one of the massive frequencies as well. Laughter. We all need to start laughing a lot, laughing at ourselves. That's why I came dressed as a bit of a guru-y sort of like working starseed sort of hippie person, because I'm taking the mick out myself. Who cares? You've got to take the mick out yourself sometimes. So, you know, I'll have to do 3 because 3 is the magic number. So let's go again. Be childlike. That's why the thing that I chatted about the other day, about the thing I'm watching on Netflix, a cartoon, I think, which is an old one, but they made it new. Thank you, Tapper. Email addresses in if anyone wants to make a coffee donation. Not putting your arm at the back, I'm just saying. Is the Avatar, I think it's called. It's a cartoon, but the Avatar, this is the Avatar, but the Avatar that's in it, you know, has got a lot of powers. He's like a child. Because when you're childlike, I've talked about this before, you resonate more with things. You have laughter, love. Nothing's put on you before we start getting taught what this, that, and the other, you know, control. So I'm just saying, you know. Hey, by gum. So laughter's a massive frequency. People forget to laugh these days because they're so too serious. Yes, that agreed as well. Hi, QD. Yeah, agreeing, laughter, you know. When you hear a child laughter, anyone laughing, it's contagious, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I can see him in front of my face. Like off camera. Right, come on. I'm getting too distracted. Pick a card. Ooh. We've got the twinkly one there coming in. Oh, hey, we're getting some fight. Oh, yeah, getting some energy now. Come on, let's pick a card. Oh, I feel laughter in the rain and loving it. Yeah. That's why I say when you're feeling a bit down, because we all have them days. That person who came in before said you've always, no, you just go and watch something funny, or like I keep saying, do something you love. Right, come on. Pick a card, any card. That was a piece of dust, by the way, that piece. That's why I've got to shake up the energies. You get a bit of dust in it sometimes, but you have to shake up the energies. There's stale energy about it. You have to shake it up and wake it up. It wants to work for you. Right, I'm concentrating now. Oh, there's one turned over here. I'm going to turn that back. That just went right in me. Comedy special always get, yeah. Oh, did one just go past my head there? Because if it did, I just saw it. I don't know if it did, but hey, you're never gonna. Oh, you're gonna laugh at this one. Infinite Blessings, number 17, QDQ. QDQ. Infinite Blessings. Oh yes. Blessings from above. Just want to say, number 17. Yeah, you agree. 17th letter in the alphabet, Q. Just saying. They're saying yes as well. Infinite blessings. Boom. Yes, so that's a nice one. One more. Got Q in the house in spirit here. Oh. And the finale, a big massive orb in the shape of a cube. Oh. Hi, if there's any new people in chat. Is it Norton up there? So I don't normally come on dressed like this. I'm taking the mick out of myself. I don't know why I lock in awe every time because I see them, but I'm just like, you know, when people get this dust, but they don't fly over there, come back and have a bit of a look at you. See, we're bringing disclosure in ourselves. We don't need no government. Just saying. Do we? No. That was mega. There's one flickering over there. I think it's having a bit of a nosy. It's like, what? I seen you down there. Sorry. I know I'm trying to do these cards. I'm like, I'm looking. Anyway, one more and I'm going. Yeah, like, hello, curious one. Little curious one. Oh. Oh. Shake some energy up. Oh, oh. Sorry, I'm just in wonderment all the time. Like, oh. Hey, I can see the orbs when I watch the replays, but I can't see them right now. Oh, that's funny because people can. It's hard. Some people. Don't tell me you couldn't see them then, having a nosy. Some people can't, but a lot of people can. It depends on the lighting sometimes. So I've noticed sometimes when I film on my phone's rubbish, and I'll put it up and I can see a lot, and some people I can't really see. Sometimes it's like, are these electrical devices messing with us as well? Like trying to make it a bit more downtone sort of thing. I need to check your webcam to see if I can record on moment. Ah, I don't get what you mean. You might have to WhatsApp me. You know what I'm like with technical stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Right, come on, Dolly. One more card. Come on, Orbs, pick a card. Any card. Are you picking a card? Right, I'm doing it. I think they're telling me to get on with it. Like, yeah, you see them. Once you start seeing, you'll see more. More, and then a load just came in. Oh, I'll get the tingly finger. Ooh. Wow. I just tickled my finger there and the big one came out. Sorry, I'm just like, I'll just sit here all night like. There's a lot of energy coming in. I just might have to sit here for a minute. Get rid of chat and go side screen for a minute. Oh no. I'm just trying to pull one more card and I can't. I'm getting a tickle here. Incoming. Incoming. Right, come on. Card. Hard to see with the naked eye. Yeah, they are, but I've started seeing them with the naked eye now. They're very small. That's why light shows them up a lot. I think they grow in light and frequency, but yeah, I've started seeing them with my naked eye now. So I didn't used to. So it's one of them. The more you keep looking, the more you see. I don't know why these cards aren't flipping. They normally don't even take this long. But the orb seems to like the energy off them, so I'll just keep doing it. Wow. Ooh. Ooh. Bing. Wake the energy up. What was that comment then? It's a big one there. Woo! Hello. Oh, one's fell out. Finally got a third one. And it is. Oh. This is quite funny. We're talking about vision. Yes. This is number 35. Culmination of vision. I'm talking about a tree before, tree of life, our tree of life. Butterflies, that some people see as spirit. I do. That's why I have the tattoo of Mother Earth, dark and light, which that's how it turned out, with the butterflies. So, yay. So they're the cards. I might just sit for a couple more minutes before I go, just to see if the energies are coming down a bit. But that was really good. And they seem to come in more as things go on with the energy. And yeah. So that's all good. So I hope you've had a good Halloween. I hope you like when we're seeing all the energies flying about and spotting them. And for people who are trying to, you will see in the end. But I'm hoping that most of you in chat do see them live, because I know a lot of you do. If you don't worry, you will. But I'm just wondering if anyone will come in last to say bye. Maybe. Got a tingle in this finger. And I normally think that's when I'm sensing energy, so I've got a bit of a tingle there. And you normally get it here, or in my fingers, or in the middle of my palms, I think, now as well. Yeah, I do catch them in the corner of my eye. I think you start catching them in the corner of your eye first, and then you start seeing, because I've seen them about, it started in the corner of my eye. So, yeah, twinkle, twinkle, little orbs. We'll see. See if I get anything now. There. So I've been testing things out, like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. Like the Orb Whisperer, that's a good channel as well. That's why you see me doing a lot of this, because I'm just messing. There you go. I am being a spiritual hippy dippy starseed. Pew! Oh my god. Do it again. I know supposed to be good, I know that. Pew! 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 Do it a third time. Whoa, big one there. That was very faint, but there was a big one there. I don't know if you saw it. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, it's in Star Wars. I think I'm Princess Leia. Feel the Force. We are the Force, because we are Source. That's all I'm saying. So I'm going to go. Hope you're having a happy Halloween wherever you are, dressed up or not dressed up, or whatever it is that you're doing, or making new traditions, whatever it is, because you're allowed to. You can go with your own flow and not with what everyone else does. So that's the biggest message out there. Start doing what you truly want to do and stop resisting what you want to do. You know, you want to start saying no to things, say no. Yeah, so like I said, if anyone wants to make a coffee donation or anything, Tapper has put my email address in the chat for PayPal. That's only if you want to. I don't really shout it out. I just shout it out now and again. Thank you, Tapper. Hi, Dr. Song. Hi, Miss Chime, Miss Q. I'm a bit dyslexic, so I'll say, oh, hello, Norton, and the Orbs. Lisa Tooley, Jim, Rachel Pixie, Paul from Newcastle, hi. Was QD in? I'll have to go back a bit. Oh, we've got the orb still coming in while I'm reading names out. I have to go back. Miss Chime was in. I can't really go that far back. I'm not sure about Stephen Watson. I don't know. What do you mean? What is the band around my head? A headband? Well, if you were in at the beginning of the chat, you will know I'm taking the mick. It's Halloween anyway. I'm dressed as a hippie. It's my divine crown. You know, I am a starseed. Lots of us are, but I am taking the mick as well, because you've got to have a laugh with certain stuff, haven't you? I can take the mick out myself. I ain't bothered. So, thank you, Tapper77. If I haven't shouted your name out, I'm saying thank you anyway. I just couldn't go back through all that. Thank you for coming in. Hope you've having or had a great Halloween, however you've decided to, thank you, celebrate it, whatever. And thank you to the Orbs that have been flying in and flying out, coming in, coming out. It was great. I think we're on the Q team. And just thanks. And now, what day is it? Thursday. I will most likely see you over weekend. I am in the process of making, this is actually a necklace, and I will be making some of these. Oh, look at that. Look what it's done to my head. They're like long ones, but I do this with them. The reason why my hair is like, oh, is because it's got conditioner on it, because I am leaving it in conditioner and washing it off in the morning. So these are wraparound necklaces that look like this, and I'm going to be doing some more. I'm going to be doing some of these this weekend for Christmas maybe, and I'm thinking about putting some Noel cards together, some Christmas cards together maybe. I'll just go with what I want to do at the time. That's why I changed my mind. And I think I might try and start putting some books together. But yes, I'm definitely doing my wrap bracelets. That some of them look like this. These sort of necklaces, but with little things on, and some. I call them intention bracelets now, because Shaky remembers to put an intention out. Also, because I'll be selling wrap ones, big long ones, or individuals, and they have got the glass beads. None of them are plastic. They do have gemstones on, and they do have gemstones on them, and there is 14 in these packs that will be going out, different colours of whatever I've got in. And what I've been doing is, when you take them off and you put them on in the morning, for every one that you put on 14, you can put an intention, an affirmation into your head. So every time you put one on, you know, you could be like, I'm abundance in love, I'm abundance in joy. So every day you're doing it while you're putting your bracelets on. It's a good way of, you know, doing it. And then maybe when you take them off at night, that's a piece of dust. You can do the same thing. So you're sort of putting it out there, different ways to put it out there, just saying. So I will be doing them. Going to get in the energy flow of that. I really need to finish that picture off in the background, but I'm not getting it off there because I can't be bothered. And I'm going to go. So, yeah. I hope you're all feeling good. Like I said, I had a bit of a funny start to the week. A bit of a funny start to the week. But you pick yourself up again. Not that I was feeling low. I was just feeling a bit icky. But that's okay. And the human resonance was down as well, I think, anyway. So, you know, there you go. So, Yeah, I think I shouted everything out. I'm not really sure, but if you wanted to go back through them channels that I was shouting out, you just have to go through chat and go through it, and you'll see, because Tap has put some of the links in there. Laura Eisenhower, Magenta Pixie, Elizabeth April, 12D Lightwork, I think it was, Phil Good, and any others that I might have just thrown in there. Oh, I can just, one thing before I go. The BBC, now this is why people are beginning to wake up, and I've already commented on this channel, hello, was, so let me find this quickly because I forgot to do it, just reminded myself. So, where is it? The BBC journalist exposes the, hang on. When was this? The 20th of October 2019. The BBC journalist exposes the dark side of the media. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Let's just have a little listen.
I'd go on the internet pretending to work.
Rothschilds, and she's talking about ego. This is worth listening to. I commented on it anyway, but...
You left the mainstream media because you weren't getting to expose the truth of majority of your stories. In fact, every story probably.
I'm not going to go down this narrative of good guy, bad guy.
Yeah.
There are a lot of fantastic journalists out there. I found in the TV.
So I was saying not everybody's bad in journalism. A lot are controlled and stuff, and they're just doing the job sometimes,
Journalists are very focused on. I found that they had very low self-worth and the ego and getting the views and the likes and the followings.
See, self-worth, low self-worth. It's the ego. They want the likes and and all that. So sometimes they play for the dark side because it gives them more likes and a bit of an ego boost. Fact.
Important to them. And I always used to say this, whenever we used to do a TV news bulletin live, people would always rush back and look at what they look like, because you could be able to see it straight away. They weren't going off to a dark pub in Birmingham.
But listen to the name. Thank you, Tapper. It's in the link.
Today's guest, we've got Anna Breeze. Is that how we say it?
Breeze.
I'm going to say Breeze because it sounds good. So, first of all, Anna, thanks for coming on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, not a problem. You used to work for BBC, ITV.
I was at ITV for a long time and BBC for about a year and a half. And I left, the last job I had at the BBC was called BBC, I was a producer of BBC X-Ray in Cardiff. And I was working on a consumer programme. And they actually called me. So I was on a contract and they called me about a year after I'd done a short amount because I had a child, and begged me to go back. And I didn't go back, and I haven't worked for the BBC since, and I haven't worked for ITV since, and that was about 2010.
Missing it?
No way.
So, you were a journalist, but you left the mainstream media because you weren't getting to expose the truth of majority of your stories. In fact, every story probably.
I'm not going to go down this narrative of good guy, bad guy.
Yeah.
Well, she did mention Rothschilds, but you can go and watch it yourself. And it does say underneath, Anne Breeze left the BBC on principle and talks to me about how journalists are failing the public. Most of us know that. Worldwide as well. When it comes to the truth, professional TV news journalist Anna talks to me about Westminster paedophile cover-up. No shit, Sherlock. And why she believes those in power are still getting away with high-level corruption and abuse. But for long they're not, because a lot of people are awake to it, and that's what Q's about. Just putting that out there. And that was on James English, so go and check that out. And Tapper did put it on chat. I just wanted to throw that little bit out there. You can go and listen to it yourself, because it just popped up today, and I was like, well, people can't see that a lot of people are beginning to talk out about stuff because they're not in fame, they want it out. So it's not because everybody's bad. Everybody's bad in the government. Everybody's bad in the police. Everyone's bad in this. It's not everybody. But some people do start getting the big ego thing and all that. So I'm just putting it out there. So I'm going to go. I don't know what QD keeps saying and stuff, but I don't know. You're getting triggered by something. Whatever. Yeah, so I shall see you very soon. I don't know when. I'll just come on when I'm in the flow, when I want to do it. So see you all soon. Thanks for coming in, and have a great Halloween if you're still celebrating it. And I will see you soon. Bye. Yes, and hope Miss Q and Miss Chime look forward to your packages. Yay. And I'll see you later. Bye. Yeah, I love you all too. Love and light. Bye.